Horror Podcast.
R. Restricted. Under 17 requires accompanying parent or adult guardian.
Oh, you cat!
All right. This is the Heavy Door Horror Podcast. My name is Heavy Door Dan, Ganja Zombie, the original Babylon John, the radioactive one, formerly known to you as Claymation Caligula, coming to you on October 21st, 2025, from my palatial suburban estate here in the tropical city of Union in the free-thinking state of California. This is the podcast where we review and discuss horror films from the cult and B-movie subgenres of horror, specifically focusing on trashy films from the 1970s and 80s, and we may even check out a flick from the early 90s here and there. This week's movie was a big switch up for us. It was supposed to be Evil Dead, but it turned out to be Evil Dead 2 from 1987. And before we get into the movie, let's go around the padded room for our safety and introduce the irregulars, starting at the top with Eddie.
Eddie, can you blow us bubbles so we can breathe underwater?
Eddie, what's happening, man?
No bubbles for you.
No bubbles. How dare you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, guys. Just glad to be here, ready to rock.
Right on.
And let's go.
All right. And let's move it on over.
Hey, Eric. How you doing, Eric?
How you doing, Eric?
Doing well. I'm doing well. All right.
Yeah.
Ready to review this movie, you know?
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2, baby.
A beloved.
Classic.
All right.
Classic.
And what about
Now, Kim Hem, what do you have to say for yourself?
Kim Hem? What do you have to say for yourself?
Hi, everyone. Kim Hem over here, coming from the East Bay.
East Bay. All right.
Beautiful movies.
About to be a Dubliner.
Yeah, about to be.
About to
I'm
be a
about to be
Dubliner.
Irish soon.
You're moving to Ireland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serious.
Nice.
That's awesome. All right. Well, let me go move this thing out of my way so that I can see what I'm doing here. And okay, so 1987's Evil Dead 2. So let's see, what do we got here? First off, let's see. Rotten Tomatoes gives us 88%. That's 84 critics. And out of 84 critics, they gave it 88%. The audience gives it 89% with 100,000 plus reviews. Like
A lot of people have seen this movie.
Like somebody saw this movie and they went to the IMDb, right? And they were like, this thing's up to 98,999. I think I need to add my opinion to this as well. Because somebody might find my review out of the 100,000 and be like, now that one's helpful. And then let's go. So move over to IMDb. IMDb gives us a 7.7 out of 10. That's 192,000 reviews. And that's critics, but that's also, a lot of viewers, of course, on there. And then Metacritic gives us a 72 out of 100. And it was literally just like maybe 10 actual movie critics. And then it's an 8.3 out of 10 for 286 users on Metacritic. So Evil Dead 2 opened March 13th, 1987 on the same day as Raising Arizona.
Nick Cage classic.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah.
And so roughly around that time, they were basically in the movie theaters against Tin Men, the original Lethal Weapon. By the time Lethal Weapon came out, they were up to Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors, considered to be the best one. And it was also up against Platoon and then that hunk of shit Burglar with Whoopi Goldberg.
Hunk of shit.
What?
Yeah, I'm not a big Whoopi guy.
I didn't like Jumping Jack Flash.
No. Let's see. So alternative taglines. So this one, kiss your nerves goodbye. That's kind of silly. Too terrifying, too frightening, too much. That's pretty cool. The sequel to The Ultimate Experience in Grueling Terror. That's an impressive statement. And then this one's just Dead by Dawn, which was the official tagline for the movie. In Germany, this was known as Tanz der Teufel 2. Sorry, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
In Italy, it was just known as La Casa 2 or Duh, whatever. Argentina,
Due.
Due. Is that what it is? Okay, yeah. La Casa Due. Actually makes me kind of hungry. And then Argentina, it was Evil Dead 2, Nocte Alucinante. And then real quick in Brazil, it was Uma Notre Alucinante once again. And that's about it. Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn in Portuguese. All right, so scene by scene, here we go. So we're into the movie now. So basically we have this Rosebud intro. That was very odd. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. But we get the...
I'll add on to that later.
Okay.
Why it's Rosebud
Yeah.
releasing Corp.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, sounds good. So basically, there's a Book of the Dead explanation.
Legend has it that it was written by the Dark Ones. Necronomicon Ex Mortis. Roughly translated, Book of the Dead. The book served as a passageway to the evil worlds beyond. It was written long ago, when the seas ran red with blood. It was this blood that was used to ink the book. In the year 1300 AD, the book disappeared.
Basically, there's some cool animation of the book, and it's starting to show the different drawings that come through as they're explaining the history of the Necronomicon and all the different things that kind of take place in the making of and the lore and history of the Necronomicon. And then the book disappears, and we see Evil Dead 2. Next thing you know, we're sitting in a car driving through a tunnel. So we got Ash and his girlfriend, Linda. Does Ash, do we ever have a last name for Ash? Ever?
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
Williams.
Oh, it is?
Well, they don't. Yeah, it's Ash Williams, but they don't mention it.
Okay.
Oh, it's just in the credits or something. Yeah.
I had no idea. Yeah. So yeah, basically Ash and his girlfriend Linda are driving to this cabin in the woods, and we see a shot of an extremely fake tree. Excuse me, an extremely fake bridge, I should say.
Yeah, the bridge they're driving over was
It's just obviously fake as hell.
And they're having a conversation. Linda asks, "Are you sure this place is going to be, empty, deserted?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, it's deserted." And then he kind of looks up like he's trying to remember what happened in the first movie.
Yeah,
and he's like, it should be.
Yeah.
Like, oh boy.
So basically, the fake bridge, we get to this fucked up cabin out in the woods. And then next thing we know, we're inside and Ash is Beethoven playing piano and Linda's dancing, They're having a good old time in this fucking rickety ass shitty looking cabin. I would not be comfortable in that place. I don't give a fuck. It could smell like potpourri in that motherfucker. And I'd be like, I'm going to go hit the Motel 6. I think I'm good.
Yeah. It's
I don't think there's any Motel 6 by there.
Yeah,
probably not.
I don't know. I think I might be more comfortable sleeping out fucking side, to be honest with you.
Sleeping in the car.
Yeah, no doubt, right? Yeah. So Linda's dancing around. Ash jumps up and embraces her and pulls her close to him and gives her some weird amulet, right? The amulet's kind of a thing, but it's kind of not a thing. It's kind of there, but it's not all that important, And she says, I love it. And then she starts kind of looking around, getting weirded out, right? And she says, I feel funny here, right? Something like that. And next thing you know, Ash pulls out the champagne, and Ash is acting like kind of a ham, kind of hamming it up for her, trying to kind of, get her to loosen
up. It's like,
up.
hey, baby, you look good.
He's just trying to get her to have a good time, whatever, right? And we see at some point they're panning around the room a little. We see like a weird bookshelf that's mounted to the walls, like floating there, which I thought was kind of weird. I don't know, just an observation. And they find a tape recorder. And this
he finds a reel-to-reel tape recorder.
Oh, yeah. Old school.
Yeah, old school. Yep. And then he, so they find this reel-to-reel. I'm going to add this part as well to the.
Yeah, because that's our Professor Ray Novick.
Yeah.
I believe.
Nobi. It's Nobi
or something.
Yeah.
Speaking on, he recorded his whatever he was doing.
His findings.
His finding. They found the book.
Yeah.
Him and his family.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and I'll either record it myself or clip it and cut it in there.
This is Professor Raymond Noby, Department of Ancient History, log entry number 2. I believe I have made a significant find in the castle of Kandar. having journeyed there with my wife Henrietta, my daughter Annie, and Associate Professor Ed Gedley. It was in the rear chamber of the castle that we stumbled upon something remarkable. Naturum de Monto, the Book of the Dead. My wife and I brought the book to this cabin where I could study it undisturbed. It was here that I began the translations. The book speaks of a spiritual presence, a thing of evil that roams the forests and the dark bowers of man's domain. It is through the recitation of the book's passages that this dark spirit is given license to possess the living. Repeated here are the phonetic pronunciations of those passages. Kanda, Estrata, Amantos. Here, Gretz.
So yeah, it's Professor Raymond Noby. It's I think it's Knowby actually. And he's with the Department of History, basically. And he says something about the castle of Kandar and scenes from a castle. Or not,
right, like they were fucking Indiana Jones and shit. Him and his family,
right,
going around these castles in Kandahar, wherever the hell that's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I mean, I know there's a city in Afghanistan named that, but
yeah. Okay.
Somewhere.
And there's just kind of like, as he's explaining, as we hear what's going on from the reel to reel, it's kind of giving you flashbacks of like this castle Kandar or whatever the hell it is, right?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on? Yeah.
Yep.
And then Ash has the book. We find Ash is like, the book is there, right?
Yeah, because the family was, when he's obviously he was there recording this, and so the family was there at the cabin.
Sure. And the turns out the book's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then this is when we get the first Evil Dead kind of vision. We get a lot of Evil Dead. Evil Dead is
the POV monster vision.
Yes,
basically.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the camera, as they say in these movies, the camera is the Evil Dead, I guess.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's the spirit or whatever. You know, coming out of the woods, basically.
Yeah. So it comes flying out of the woods, which is pretty cool. Very cool effect. Comes through the window, and they drop the champagne, and then all of a sudden Linda's gone, right?
Yeah. It all kicks off pretty quick, I mean,
it just
because he's playing the tape, and our professor is reading from the book, saying the words you shouldn't say.
Yeah, right.
You don't want the spirit to conjure, basically, and what happens? It comes to fruition. So.
Yeah, so Ash finds so at some point Ash is looking around for Linda, right? And he finds her, and she's already, again, this thing is moving at the speed of light, and she's literally already kind of like what, an undead witch or something, right?
She's the Evil Dead, man.
Yeah, she's the Evil Dead, exactly. Yeah. And she's turned, and so he basically takes little effort and little time and just whacks off her head, right?
So they start fighting, and they end up outside, and he grabs a fucking shovel,
and
decapitates her.
And next thing you know, he's burying her.
Yep.
Right? And I mean, this is all happening within 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
And then she gets buried, and the next thing we see a POV from the ground looking up as Ash slams his fucked up looking cross into the ground that he made, I guess.
Yeah.
That cross was fucked up looking, man. Seriously. That cross was chilling on its own, man.
He slams the cross, and right when he slams it down, boom, the lightning hits at the same time. It's just like...
It's very cool.
It's mortifying.
It's cool.
Oh, it's cool.
So basically we opened up there, at the cabin, the Necronomicon, or the Ex Mortis, is the Book of the Dead, basically, and they listen to the recording. The old gal freaks out, and Ash knocks her down, knocks her head off, and buries her, and we move on. So now we see more Evil Dead vision, and it blows through the house and attacks Ash, and then all this goofiness kind of ensues, and we get a lot of the Bruce Campbell facial comedy, right?
Oh yeah.
And he's just kind of, it's like, between his reaction to what's going on around him, and I guess the Evil Dead kind of controlling him, his face and body contort a lot. And this is when we get into this whole like Looney Tunes thing where he starts spinning around and all this stuff, right? It's
it's incredibly silly, at the same time.
So silly.
But it works. It works.
This is why I kind of
always preferred... his ass. Oh, go ahead.
No, what you're saying?
I was just saying he gets his ass beat as he's getting spun around, and it's like, it gives that effect, like, you know what I mean? Hey, whatever that Evil Dead picked his ass up, spun him around a few times, was just pushing him into trees and all kinds of shit.
Like, just fucking his shit up, dude. It was bad. It was bad. He hits it. Basically, the thing slams him into a tree, and he falls off of the tree, bam, into like a puddle, right, like a mud puddle or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And he's laying there, and he pulls his head out from the water, and his eyes go cloudy, and it's looking like and then he passes out, right? And the whole thing was that he basically had been possessed by the evil. And then it was like the sunlight or whatever that made it pass, right?
Right. So he gets possessed, and the sun comes up and kind of makes the evil go, leave his body. But then he's there so long, and the sun starts to set. Yeah. And evil's coming back, baby.
Sure. Yeah. I forgot this part of the whole storyline. Yeah. So basically, after all that, the evil is gone, and Ash is just laying there, like out in front of the cabin in the woods, just kind of like, what the fuck happened? And this is really cool. There's actually, the camera starts out on his face, and it does a whole 360 pan of the entire set right there. I thought that was pretty neat. And basically, we kind of surmise that the sun has driven away the evil.
Because he tears ass off in his car, to get the hell out of there. And then gets to that fucked up, that bridge they crossed. And the bridge is gone.
Don't forget, after they do the 360 pan, before he jumps in the car, there's a lot of noise going on over here. The evil, the house like shows its evil side, and you actually see like eyes, right? Like, and it says, and the house actually says, "Join us."
It should be enough.
And then does Eddie? Do you know what kind of car that was?
I do.
What was it?
Yeah, it's a 1973.
Take it away, man.
It's a 1973 Delta 88, an Oldsmobile.
Oh wow! Okay, it's a fucking another land yacht.
Yep, 4-door beast, baby. Thing weighed probably 4,000 pounds or some shit.
Well, more than that.
More than that,
yeah, definitely. So he jumps in the car and he drives off, but the bridge is gone. And then he starts doing a lot of overacting here, right? Just acting really weird.
Right? That's Bruce Campbell's MO. I mean, I at least in my opinion, I feel so. But again, I think it works.
Well, it's funny because he does a lot of overacting, but he also, when they ask him just to just do this scene and just be cool, he's done stuff that's just real basic.
Yeah, he can do that. He can
real bit parts. Yeah.
Well.
So we get a bunch of overacting going on here, and there's a green screen of the sun's already going down basically. So the sun just came up, and then all of a sudden now it's going down, right? It was pretty quick, right? So we got some Evil Dead vision as they, again, the green screen with the sun in the background. So now he's back in the car and he's driving in reverse all the way back to the cabin because the evil's coming for him, right?
It's chasing after him. You get POV vision of evil, looking at his car as he's reversing. It's coming at him. So,
and he's reversing back through the forest to trying to get back to the cabin before the Evil Dead gets him. And at some point he manages to spin the car around and crashes into a tree and goes straight through the windshield. Right?
He sure did.
Yeah. So the Evil Dead vision is chasing him, and he chases him to the house and is running through the house. Ash, Ash is hiding. And the Evil Dead leaves. I guess.
Yeah, and that's one thing about that cabin. I mean, you can't tell, from the outside, but the place is pretty big. I mean, the interior shots, obviously. It's made up, but they make it large. I mean, he's running in between walls and shit. Faces and
and he managed. It's like the Evil Dead was like, I'll come back later or whatever. It's like,
he ain't going nowhere.
This fucking guy. At least I know where he is, right? Ash hides and the Evil Dead leaves, and I wrote Fanta commercial. So let's see. So now we're on all of a sudden. So I cut back into the movie because I was watching on a streaming service, and when I come back to the movie, we're on an airplane, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it cut to a plane is what I wrote down in my notes, and a lady and a lady with a book. I guess Penny Pages or something. Was her name?
Annie.
Annie, was it Annie? Okay.
Annie.
And they're on their way to the cabin as well.
Yeah, they're on the way to the cabin.
Her and some blonde dude. I call it. What did I wrote? What did I say?
His name is His name
I
is
named him. I named him
Jake.
Blondie dude.
Blondie. Okay. Is
Oh,
Jake?
no, not that
No,
dude.
no, it's Ed, right?
No. Jake is the other dude.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and you guys
We'll
know
get to-
Jake. You guys know Jake, right? Eric. I mean, Eddie probably knows, but Eric, do you know Jake?
I can't say that I do.
All right, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Okay.
Let's see. So, yeah, pages from the book. They're talking about the translations or whatever. So they get to the airport. The plane lands, and they got some guy that's trying to get them to. What's going on here? They're trying to hitch a ride. Oh,
Yeah,
basically,
with two hillbillies. You know,
right.
it looks like the guy and his sister, but I don't think it's his actual sister. But that's how
Yeah.
they play it off. I mean,
And
that's the implication you get. I guess.
And how are they at the airport? Why? What? How?
I guess to give them a ride because aren't they driving? They're driving a truck or some shit.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Okay.
something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they basically tells the dude, Jake, right, to take her huge trunk and put it in the trunk. Right. And then something she says something about
Because they're going to the cabin to see the professor. I guess she still thinks that he's there. You know.
And she says something about possibly it's a doorway to another world, right? In reference to the book, right?
The Necronomicon.
Yeah. Because while this is all going on, they're kind of talking back and forth about why they're headed to the cabin and all this bullshit. So now we're back at the cabin. Door opens and piano's there playing itself. Oh, sorry, Ash is back at the cabin. The door opens. The piano's playing itself. Ash is kind of having a freak out moment. He looks out the window and the cross falls and a hand comes out of the grave where he had buried Linda, right?
Linda.
Yeah. So a hand comes out of the grave.
And then doesn't she come out of the
so we
comes
get
out of the grave headless.
Yeah, so we get a weird like claymation Caligula thing going on here. Like the dead girlfriend basically, like she's dancing around and she gets her head back and spins it around. She's doing like some Harlem Globetrotters thing with her head or whatever the fuck.
And dancing like kind of like ballet and shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
I think there's some because she's also dancing earlier in the movie. I think there's like some backstory to Linda being a dancer probably that was not included, but yeah, some weird claymation thing going on there, dancing in the garden and all that stuff. It's getting very unsettling just watching. The scene kind of goes on for a little while. Spinning around with her head in place. Yeah, that's right. Her head stays in one place and her whole body's spinning and all that. It's pretty neat, cool looking, but again, made me kind of uncomfortable. And then she looks in the window and looks at Ash and says, "Dance with me," right? Or something like that.
Yeah, she asked him to dance with her.
Yeah. And Ash is just kind of like screaming, right? He's just kind of freaking out, right?
Oh, he's in full-on freak out mode.
Yeah, he's freak out mode, and his head falls.
He starts freaking out, and then she grabs him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And starts freaking smashing his head into the freaking like into the boards that are blocking the window, and she's just laughing like maniacally, like
Yeah, she's her head falls in his lap, right? And it looks up at him and he says, "Hello, lover," right?
And it fucking bites him.
Yeah, right. And like Eddie was saying, there's just this big fight scene with the fake head and all this shit. Won't
let him go, won't let his finger go, and
and then he manages to fight the thing. So they fight all the way out the door, across the front area of the cabin, over to the woodshed. Don't they end up in the woodshed?
Yes.
And he basically takes the head and slaps it into a vice grip and ties it up in the vice grip, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then the girlfriend, that like the head's like suffering and torment, trying to like appeal to his soft side or whatever.
When he gets the head into the vice, it changes back into Linda's form. Loses the Evil Dead, and and it's kind of appealing, like, "Oh, don't hurt me." And then it goes back and like into Evil Dead form and says, "Even now we have Linda's soul."
Exactly.
And so this is where we get our first look at his favorite weapon.
So he busts out, the girlfriend shows up with chainsaw. Ash fights her off, and he's just talking and begging with the head chainsaw, and he basically cuts with the chainsaw. He cuts her head in half, right?
And there's blood galore, baby. I mean, he gets fucking drenched.
Oh God!
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's one of the bigger bloodlettings of the history of the podcast, by far. Yeah, she's kind of begging or whatever, and he's like not having it, splits her in half. And this is where basically, Ash found his boomstick, is what I put down on my notes. Um, and so now we see there's some weird rocking chair moving, and Ash is weirding out, right? Some shit like that. You guys
Oh,
remember that part?
yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So let's see. So now we get into the mirror scene, right? This is the part where he starts kind of what's happening here? Help me.
Hallucinating or whatever. The house is fucking with him
Yeah.
because he looks in the mirror, and his reflection comes out of the mirror and grabs him.
Yeah, yeah. So right, because Ash is like first is choking or whatever, then it stops, and then he's looking in the mirror and he kind of taps on the glass, right? And then all of a sudden a hand jumps out and attacks him, right?
Yeah, like his whole torso,
His whole body. Okay.
His
Yeah.
reflection, what you can see in the mirror, comes out and is attacking him.
Yeah, and then
And I wrote down awesome double work in the mirror, because obviously they had to film that separately or something.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and he and doesn't he say something about you bitch, give me back my hand, right? Because am I missing something, or does he lose the hand?
Oh,
he cuts his hand off with the chainsaw.
Because it's
when he gets
Well,
bit.
what happens is wait. He touches the mirror,
Okay.
and then after like his double goes away and everything like that, then all of a sudden he looks down at his hand, and it's like you see the veins get freaking black, and then freaking his hand starts acting up, and then his hand's possessed.
Yeah.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
At that point, his hand becomes possessed, and
Yeah.
he's sitting there
I think-
going, "Oh fuck,"
I think this
He
is
tries
like
to grabs his face, and he's sitting there going, "Ah," and then just freaking fighting his hand.
Yeah, I think this is where like they get the movie Idle Hands from, right?
Oh yeah,
could be.
Yeah, the
I
inspiration
I
for Idle
do.
Hands.
Exactly. That's the same thing I thought, Kim.
And Sam
Yeah.
Raimi probably got inspiration for the hand because then he cuts it off from cousin. What is the hand from the Addams Family?
And also the Addams Family.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say a thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, and then at some point, I don't know, Ash just lashes out and says, "You bitch, give me back my hand," and that's kind of the end of the scene. So next scene, there's a car that arrives at the entrance of the bridge, and the locals tell them they ain't going nowhere because there ain't no bridge. And it says, "Why don't you go up there? Why don't you go up there? Away, whatever. There's a trail." And they basically, the hillbillies are telling again Annie and Ed. Right, the hillbillies are telling Annie and Ed that they know a way to get over to the cabin that doesn't involve having to drive across the bridge that's not there anymore. Says there's a trail, just follow me and Bobby Joe, and we'll take you on over there. And she says she'll give him $45, right? And he says $100, right? Isn't that what it is? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she says, well, if you take my bags, you got a deal, right? And next thing you know, he doesn't realize, but there's a gigantic fucking chest that he has to carry, right? So that's the end of that scene. So we're back at the cabin with Ash. Ash is still fighting with the hand. I think we missed something here. I jumped around a little bit here, but he's fighting with the hand, and there's it's fucking him up pretty good. And notice when he's fighting with the hand, there's all the weird goblin noises and shit going on in the background. Like there's a lot of like a lot of that going on in the background. So like weird goblin noises the whole time. And at some point the hand drags Ash towards the door. And Ash stabs the hand. Yeah, I think we jumped a section here, or I did maybe. And then Ash stabs the hand, and I think that's where it ends right there.
Yeah, because the hand is going for the knife. I think was going to go. It was
hand's going for the butcher knife, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I wrote down Ash comes through and period. And then chainsaw, chainsaw, motherfucker. He cuts that shit off.
Cuts that shit off, yeah. And then so now we're back in the woods with the folks that are with Bobby Joe and Jake trying to get over to the cabin. They're wandering through the woods, and this is when we see Jake carrying the giant fucking chest, and he's complaining about how he had no idea, basically, right? Isn't he complaining about how she didn't tell him his fucking thing was going to be a gigantic trunk, right?
Right.
And so basically, so now we're back at the cabin again, and Ash covers his hand with, he covers the hand with a bucket and some books. as he's duct taping his bloody stump, basically,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. So he's got the hand basically trapped underneath the bucket with a bunch of books on top of it as he's working on the hand, the space where the hand used to be. And the hand is screaming underneath the bucket. Like, did anybody catch that?
It's making no, yeah, it's
Yeah.
making
It's
making
just like,
noise. Yeah.
it's like, yeah, literally, right? And so let's see. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked here. So the bucket. Let's see. So duct tape. The hand is screaming. All of a sudden, the bucket and the hand are gone, and he's looking for the hand. And the hand and then he sees the hand, and it's like mocking him or something like that, right? It's just like fucking with him or some shit, right?
Yeah.
And, oh, that's what it is. The hand goes and runs and hides in the wall, and he could see it in the wall, and it's like
Yeah, it's like a mouse and shit.
yeah,
Like,
it's like mocking him, and then at some point the hand accidentally gets caught in the mousetrap, right? And fucking that was pretty funny, and Ash loves that part, right? So basically, it shows a bunch of holes in the wall, and you see kind of the hand running through the different like holes in the wall, and Ash is basically trying to catch it, right? At some point, he manages to grab it, right? And what is it? What does he do? Does he shoot through the wall?
He's got the shotgun, and
he shoots.
He keeps unloading through the wall, and then eventually, with one of his shots, a comical comedic amount of blood just rains projects out of the wall, like
it came out of all that blood came out of one hand, right? Yeah. So yeah, blood leaking through the hole. Ash is blasted with a huge deluge of water all over him. It's comical. And as it's blowing out red, it slowly turns black. Ash falls and breaks the chair. As the buckhead comes down, the buckhead on the wall comes to life and starts laughing. Like shit is just mayhem, right? It's just pure insanity right now. Right?
Just like in that movie, what was it? House that we with the big fish on the wall that comes to life?
Yep.
Eddie's favorite movie of all time.
Oh God, yeah.
Fucking A, man. And then the lamps like blinking on and off, right? Or we're doing
everything's going fucking haywire.
Yeah, the shelves and
everything's coming to life and shit.
Yeah. The bookshelf that was on the wall.
The lamps, the fucking books.
It's just going crazy. And Ash is kind of dancing and laughing with the room, right? He's kind of lost it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's all just very silly. And then all of a sudden there's someone at the door, right? Somebody knocks on the door, right? And Ash,
it's our people from the plane and their two escorts.
But Ash doesn't know that, so he shoots through the door.
and I believe he says, "Old double barrel here, blow your butts to kingdom come, motherfucker."
I didn't write that down.
Yeah.
And so he shoots, and there's no one there. And all of a sudden, the hillbilly, I called him Hill William for most of this because I didn't know his name was Jake. But Jake jumps through the door and attacks Ash because basically when Ash shot through the door, he shot Bobby Joe in the shoulder. And it's still not clear if Bobby Joe is Jake's friend, sister, cousin, kissing cousin. We don't know what's going on, man. Yeah.
We don't know.
But Bobby Joe got hit by a bullet, and fucking Hill William Jake is pissed, and he's trying to kick fucking Ash's butt. Hello. So let's see. So now basically Andy's demanding answers from Ash. And saying that we should just throw him in the cellar, and he's saying, no, wait, and they're saying, no, down in the hole you go, and they throw Ash down into the cellar, what they call it, the fruit cellar, right? Or the root cellar? Is it root cellar?
Yeah, man, it's whatever. It's the cellar.
But is the term root cellar?
I don't know.
Is it root cellar? Root cellar? So down the hole you go, and so now we see they're cleaning Bobby Joe's wounds. So they listen to Annie's father's recording. And they learn that his wife Henrietta became possessed and that he had to kill her. And then suddenly Henrietta's corpse bursts from the cellar, confirming that the evil was, so basically Ash is screaming and someone's in the fruit cellar.
Because I think in the tape he says Henrietta became possessed. I had to bury her down in the cellar. And then bam, she comes
to life. Yeah. And he's basically saying, let me out, motherfucker.
He's fucking freaking out,
man. He's freaking out, yeah. And Henrietta comes to life down in the basement or in the root cellar with Ash, and she's headed towards Ash, and he's like, help me out, help. And she says, I'll swallow your soul. Right?
Yeah, she sure does.
And Henrietta looks pretty awesome. I thought the effects and the whole thing were pretty cool. Some
and she's like, "Oh, it's a fresh soul."
Yeah. Yeah. So they managed to pull Ash out of the cellar at the last moment. And Henrietta's coming up out of the hole, and is it Jake that jumps down and just starts punching Henrietta in the face, right? That shit was,
Yeah.
that shit had me. I don't know what was so funny about it to me, but I started laughing my ass off, man. Oh my god.
Anytime an old lady gets fucking punched in the face, it's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny.
But-
Oh my god. So he's punching her in the face. And she throws the dude across the room, but they manage to slam the door on Henrietta, and they jump on the door to kind of re-smash her head, right? He gets the door closed on her head, and he starts jumping on the door itself to kind of smash her head out there. And her eyes.
At some point, I wrote down, doesn't somebody's eyeball go into
and
somebody's mouth?
So when he's jumping down on the root cellar door on Henrietta's head, he smashes her head, and one of her eyeballs shoots out across the room and goes directly into Annie's mouth. And she swallows.
And she swallowed it.
All right.
Naturally, right?
Hey, you know what? Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the fucking Heavy Door Horror Podcast.
All right, and we're back reviewing Evil Dead 2. So basically, Henrietta just got her head smashed in, and her eyeball flew across the room and into Annie's mouth. And as I said earlier, Annie swallows. So they managed to lock up Henrietta. And a UPS commercial. I should have waited a second. God damn it. Yeah, we had a UPS. It's funny, it switched to a UPS commercial. I was like, God damn it, Eric. But so anyway, we get back, and we're at Evil Dead Vision outside, fireplace inside. Ash is telling the story of the Evil Dead. Henrietta is singing this Mockingbird song, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like, it's a mockingbird.
Yeah. And she's looking better now, right? She looks like she's kind of gotten over it, right?
Well, you mean Henrietta?
Yeah, Henrietta.
Yeah, because the dead can, kind of, change the person they're possessing back to their kind of regular look. And it's try and trick the folks.
It's trying to kind of manipulate them right now, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I'm not a bad person. I'm just a little old lady.
Yeah, singing a sweet song. Yeah.
Fuck you.
So it's singing the song because it's singing it to Annie because that's her mom.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Henrietta's mom. And Ash is saying, no, it's not, that's not your mom. And she remembers the day. And so Henrietta is talking about how I remember the day she was born and blah, blah, blah. And Annie, to give her credit, Annie's like, dude, you're not my mom. Fuck off. And she's like, fuck that shit, bro.
And she's pretty matter of fact about that shit.
Yeah, she was just like, you're not my mother, bro. All right.
She's not getting duped into that.
You can go fuck with somebody else, but I ain't the one, man. Fuck around and find out, So basically, so at this point, as she tells Henry to get bent, Ed jumps up and scares the shit out of everybody, right? And all of a sudden, Ed's possessed. Is that what happened here? Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, and because basically
when he was fighting with Henrietta, he got
something. Yeah, and I didn't quite see that, but it does say that in the notes that I found online. And I that's what you kind of assume from watching it, is that basically he gets infected with the Evil Dead, and he starts talking about how we want life and dead by dawn. Dead by dawn.
Dead by dawn.
I love that.
And Ed looks bad. Like his effects are fucking awesome. He looks fucking bad news, man. Bad news. So basically somebody.
Ash gets an axe at some point too.
Yeah, Ash gets an axe. Takes out the hillbilly, right? Oh yeah, Ash comes out with the axe, and axe to fucking Ed's face, and there's green blood everywhere, right? Yeah, it just starts spewing out green blood. And what is it? At some point, the hillbilly looks out the window. So that's they managed to finish off Ed. I mean, now they're all sitting around, and the hillbilly's looking out the window, and he's starting to realize how creepy it is outside because, like, the trail that they came in on is now gone.
Right. Because the dead is fucking with the forest.
Yeah, and they're all kind of just staring out the window, looking around, just kind of ominously, and they're just saying, it's just very quiet, And then all of a sudden, we start hearing noises from everywhere, goofy sounds, and there's like cameras are panning in and out, weird camera movements, and the hillbillies is like, what the hell's going on? Or what is that? Or whatever, right? And basically what it is the Evil Dead is trying to force its way into the world, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's trying to manifest, basically, right? So yeah, and the door to the root cellar kind of cracks open, right? And it's down in there, and they decide that they have to all go down into the root cellar, right?
Yeah, they'll all go together.
To go down there and kind of finish this thing off, basically.
Right.
So yeah, they also
Well,
need to go
Jake
down.
and them get scared, but Jake and them get scared, but what's her name? Follows them in.
Annie.
You know, Annie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll join you.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So right, exactly, because Jake actually says, "Hell no, you're the curious one. You fucking go down there." Is basically what he says, right? So Ash goes down, and he goes with them. There's nothing in there. Somebody says, "I told you." I don't remember that part. And then we hear a window break, and we get some weird cheap ghost effect, right? At this point, there's a really bad effect here. And it's
a ghost appears.
It's just so bad. And it's Annie's dad, and he tells her about how to win her salvation, basically, in the given the situation, right?
Right.
And in the pages of the book, he recites the passages. So he says, in the pages of the book, you recite the passages to dispel the evil and save your soul. Is more or less how it goes. And then at some point, Annie says, "Jake, you're holding my hand too tight." Oh no! So they're upstairs, and Bobby Joe says, "Jake, you're holding my hand too tight," and he says, "I ain't holding your hand." And they're like, "Zoinks!" Right? And it's Ash's hand, right? And he's basically holding on to Bobby Joe's hand, right? And so now we switch back down. We're in the basement, and oh, no. So we're back upstairs. Jake lights up a lantern, and all of a sudden Bobby Joe's gone now because they were in the dark when all that took place. So he lights up the lantern to find out about the hand, and Bobby Joe's gone. And all of a sudden we see Bobby Joe running through the forest.
Yeah, she's running through the woods, and the woods take her.
Yeah, basically. So she's running through the woods, and she stops, and we hear frogs, and it's just the dead of the forest.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden trees start attacking her. And a bunch of trees basically attack her. It's not as bad as a tree attack in the first Evil Dead movie, because that's pretty bad. I don't know if you guys know what that's about. But basically Bobby Joe gets attacked by the trees. Trees attack. They wrap her in branches and drag her through the woods until finally slamming her into a tree. And she did, I guess, right?
She did. I mean, she did.
I need a "You Did" sound drop on the sound.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I need that. Yeah. If you think of any from a movie, let me know. So yeah, slammed into a tree, and Bobby Joe dead. Well, Bobby Joe flees. Yeah, so she got attacked by a demon. She did. So now we're back at the cabin. They're looking for Bobby Joe. Where's Bobby Joe? I'm looking at the pages from Necronomicon. It's at 1300 AD. Hero from the Sky Destroyed World. I guess that's something in the Necronomicon that they wrote.
Well, I think they're referring to the next movie.
Is that what it is? Oh, God damn, dude.
Well, it's a prophecy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh no, I think Eric just prophesized. Honestly, this just happened. Because I didn't know that, and I've known about these movies for a long time. Never realized that. Yeah.
It blew your fucking mind.
You did. So recite the passage to manifest. Recite the second passage to put evil back into the rift. So at some point, Jake shows up with a shotgun, and he's like, "We got to find Bobby Joe." And somebody calls him an idiot. Says no. And Jake throws the pages into the cellar. Right.
Yeah, because he tears out some of the book or no, it's loose paper. Yeah,
and she throws it. So he's basically saying we have to go down there now, right? Because you threw the pages down there. And he says now move, right? Basically, he's like, I'm in charge now, motherfuckers, right? Outside the cabin, Ash gets a shotgun butt to the back of the head. Okay, so basically, we're outside the cabin, and Jake hits Ash in the back of the head with the shotgun, and he's out cold. So let's see. The trees are all acting weird and crazy, all pissed off, and at some point they're trying to figure out which way to go to look for Bobby Joe, but there's no trail, so they don't know where to go, right? And they start screaming out, and they're walking around the woods looking for her, screaming out Bobby Joe, right? And Jake is kind of freaking out because that's his girlfriend, I guess. We still don't know.
I think it's his sister.
It's his sister? Okay.
Yeah, I believe they're brother and sister.
Okay, so the Evil Dead, so they're out there looking for her in the woods. The Evil Dead is moving towards Jake. And then all of a sudden, Evil Ash shows up and throws Jake into a tree. That's what happens here. Okay. And Evil Ash,
he's possessed again.
yeah, he's possessed again because it's dark out and the Evil Dead finally caught up to him. So he's possessed again. And basically he throws Jake into a tree and Evil Ash says, join us, right? And at some point, so now we're back at the cabin and Annie now has the dagger, right? She finds this dagger.
like a bone knife.
Yeah,
a knife that's made out of bone, like somebody's spine or some shit.
That thing's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, cool.
She's got this dagger and there's banging at the door. Jake comes in and Annie stabs Jake in the stomach by accident, and then Evil Ash shows up. And Annie's hiding behind the door as Ash is banging on the door and then stops. So Annie pulls a dagger out of Jake. And Henrietta drags Jake now into the cellar, basically. And there's as she drags Jake into the cellar, there's basically blood blasting out from the cellar doors.
Yeah, tons of blood.
Just another over animated nonsense. Ash throws Annie, and so there's blood blasting everywhere. Evil Ash basically grabs Annie and throws her into the wall. And at this point, he sees the amulet and he remembers Linda.
Yeah, and like who he is, and so the evil leaves him again because he remembers he's a human.
Yeah, and he basically like screams up at the heavens, right, more or less, and then becomes normal again. So then Annie pops up with the axe and is trying to kill Ash, and he reasons with her and says, "No, I'm okay now. I'm okay now." And she's like, okay. And then she goes again to try to kill him, right? And he's like, no, seriously.
He's like, I'm all right.
I'm serious. I'm okay. So basically, I'm all right. Damn it, chill out,
And then he got what is he? He says time's up like that, and that's when we get one of his patented lines, groovy.
Yeah. So basically, he tells Annie, if we're gonna beat these things, we need to get those pages that are down in the cellar. So let's hit the cellar and he says, let's hit the cellar and carve ourselves a witch. And then there's a quick, like 30-second montage of Ash building his, shotgun arm, right? Or no, chainsaw arm.
A chainsaw arm.
And then
I think that's when he says groovy, right?
And he saws off the shotgun to make his patented sawed-off shotgun. And that's when he looks into the camera and he says, groovy. And, what was that? Oh, okay. So outside the trees are pissed. They're swishing around all angrily. Inside, let's see. Inside, they're trying to saw open the cellar door. They head into the cellar. Yeah, so they saw open the cellar door. They head into the cellar door. Ash opens another door that's down the cellar. Again, as the inside of this place is enormous.
Yes.
And he finds the pages of the Necronomicon. And as he's picking them up, a skeleton jump scare, right? Really silly, like skeleton jump scare. And he manages to find the rest of the pages and he's backing out of there. And then as he's backing out of there, Annie's up at the top of the stairs. And I like how he just takes all these loose pages and just throws them all up to her, and like she just catches them, like just all perfect, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. No paper clip or nothing.
Yeah. There's no binder clip on these things, nothing, man, So Henrietta grabs Ash by the, as Ash is getting ready to go, Henrietta pops up again, right? I mean, haven't they finished her off like twice already, right?
Yeah, no. Because the evil lives, man.
It just keeps going, right? Yeah.
And so she kicks the shit out of Ash. She gets his ass beat.
Yeah, she grabs him by his ankles and he falls down the stairs. Annie is saying the words that are irritating because she's basically, as Ash gets pulled back down by Henrietta, Annie's upstairs reciting the passages to return the evil to the rift, right?
Right. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. I can't believe I got that. Okay. Let's see. Annie's saying the words that are making her angry. Henrietta reaches out and grabs Annie by the hair. At some point, Ash manages to climb out of the cellar, whistles, and says, "Come on, let's go." And as Ash is whooping on Henrietta, there's a snake-headed Henrietta comes out of the cellar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like a more goofball kind of claymation Caligula type shit going on here. I put down Claymation Nation on here. It looks a little bit like Jason and the Argonauts, right? It's like it's like a little Ray Harryhausen looking thing, you know what I mean? And so Annie starts singing "Hush, Little Baby," and Henrietta stops and attacks Ash. And as she's going for Ash, he manages to swing the ash. So basically, Annie calms down Henrietta by singing the song.
Yeah.
And as
But
she's
the
lulled,
lullaby.
as she's
Yeah.
lulled by the lullaby, Ash swings the axe that he's recently acquired and chops off her snake head. And it hits the ground, and she's dying, and she says something about "I'll swallow your soul,"
Swallow your soul.
and he says, "Swallow this."
Right.
Right? Hey,
Yeah.
Eddie, are you still with us?
Yeah. I'm just
Okay.
looking at some fun facts.
Oh, okay, I thought you got kidnapped or some shit.
No.
So at some point, so basically, the Evil Dead is dead at this point, and Annie's on the ground crying. Ash hugs her. So the Evil Dead's gone from like the people, but it's still out there, like in the forest, right?
Yeah. I mean, the spirit is not gone. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still present on
Because the
Earth.
trees are outside shaking angrily, and they're all pissed off, and the model of the cabin that they built for the movie is shaking around, and then she says something about how I only completed the first passage.
Right, she's not done and shit, and also, the woods aren't happy, and then he gets some of his hair goes gray. I don't know if you see that yet.
I did.
He gets a big old gray streak on the side
that's
of his
right.
head. Yeah.
And does that stay through the next movie?
I can't remember if it is in Army of Darkness
Okay.
or not. I'll have to rewatch it.
I did notice that. I thought it was some weird color thing on my screen, or it was just bad film or something. Yeah, okay, yeah. So the cabin, so I only read the first passage, and he's like, "Well, finish it." And so they say the passage to open the rift, and they send the evil back. As Annie's saying the passages, Ash's evil arm stabs her in the back with the dagger.
Yeah, because she gets a knife to the back.
She gets the bone knife to the back, and then and then there's a tree monster that's managed to make its way through the courtyard and is now at the door, reaching into the cabin, trying to get Ash. And that thing looked pretty cool, like that big head trying to like push its way through the door and everything. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
I put cool tree monster in the doorway. Annie finishes the passages as the portal opens and starts sucking everything into it. And at some point right here, basically everything gets sucked back into the rift, all the evil and everything that goes along with it. And at some point, I thought Annie was dead. It looked like she died, right?
Yeah, knife to the back,
Right, yeah, because I assumed she was dead.
Yeah.
And
there's a ton of wind and shit because this portal has been open.
And so, even though Annie's kind of managed to finish, she's trying to finish the passages, and the evil thing coming through the door is, it thinks it's kind of got the upper hand. And at some point, Ash says, "No, fuck this," and he fires up the old chainsaw straight into the eyeball of the tree monster, right? And as Annie finishes the passage, and the evil is gone. And at some point, Ash looks over at Annie and says, "You did it, kid." What is that noise?
That's my kid. Sorry.
Somebody's kids.
That's my daughter.
Give her a mic. Yeah.
She's talking to her friends. Oh,
can't
go anywhere.
So Annie finishes the passage, and the evil is gone. And Ash says, "You did it, kid." Door opens and starts, but then the door opens and starts pulling at Ash, and so basically Ash thinks everything's done. He says, "You did it, kid," right on. All of a sudden the doors of the cabin swing open, and there's like this vortex that's pulling on Ash, right? And
everything, his car.
It's just sucking everything into it, right? Yeah, and the car goes in first. Ash is trying to hold on, and off he goes into the portal, and the portal explodes. All of a sudden, we see Carr and Ash land in a far-off land. Don't they fall from the sky or something?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Everything that got sucked into the portal falls from the sky.
Falls from the sky, and they land out in the middle of like the woods or whatever, basically.
They're kind of more of like in a rocky type desert. Type thing, Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. Because as soon as he looks around, he's surrounded by all these Roman soldiers, or whatever.
Oh, well, a bunch of knights and shit.
Yeah. Okay. And at some point they say, "Slay the beast," right?
Yeah. and that's when we get, these monsters kind of reminded me again of the monsters in the movie House that we reviewed.
Yeah. Yep.
They're very similar looking and stuff. Like the winged pterodactyl type,
Yeah.
Whatever.
So these soldiers say, "Slay the beast," and we see a winged Henrietta is flying over them, right? And Ash just pulls out his old shotgun, points it up at
Boomstick,
her,
baby. Yep.
boomstick, and just blasts her fucking head right off.
Yeah.
And the fucking Romans are amazed. And they're all like, "Hail he, hail him," and all this shit. And Ash screams, "No!"
Yeah.
And that was 1987's Evil Dead 2.
That was a great movie, man.
We'll be right back.
Man.
We'll be back after these messages.
You're listening to the Heavy Door Horror Podcast. You're welcome.
I'm important. I have something to say.
Don't be a coward, son. Speak your mind.
Was she a great big fat person?
So why does your opinion matter more than my opinion?
Get your shit together, Danny.
Oh, good for you.
All right, let's get into the 2-minute warning. We're down to 90 seconds these days. I believe I pulled up the timer. I did. Let me just go ahead and reset it. So it's 90 seconds. And this is an opportunity for everybody to give just their little review of the movie, however they want to deliver it. They can get your gripes out and tell the things you liked about it, things you didn't like about it, just how you kind of overall felt about it. Just a quick 90-second snapshot, if you will. And we'll start at the top of the order, as we always do, with...
Thank you, Eddie.
Eddie, what can we do for you? Let's go first. Eddie, you got 90 seconds to talk about Evil Dead 2. Go.
All right. Well, I'll keep it somewhat short and sweet because it seems that 89,000 people on, what was that, IMDb or something like that, left reviews.
100,000.
I'm sure. And I'm pretty sure that, plenty of other people have mentioned their opinion. So I'll just say that, I feel like this was comedy horror done right. Bruce Campbell was pretty funny in this role. He was convincing as Ash Williams, and I look forward to watching the following sequels. I'll probably end up doing that this month. I really enjoyed how the film blends the slapstick comedy with real scares. It's funny yet frightful at the same time. I like the camera work a lot, as well as the stop motion filming. This movie carries a real surreal tone, which is cool for these types of films. Still enjoyable almost 40 years after its release. Great movie.
Yeah, man. All right, it's a triple bang on that one there. All right, let me save that real quick, and let's move it on over. Okay, thank you, Eddie. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say it again.
Thank you, Eddie.
All right, let's move it on over to...
Hi, I'm Brother Eric.
All right, Eric. I was going to play this one for you real quick. I found it for you. Ready?
Yeah, drink and bake.
Yeah,
you should love drink and bake.
Fucking Arnold.
All right. So you got 90 seconds to talk about Evil Dead 2. Go.
So Evil Dead 2. Loved it. Great movie. Really brought back memories. I remember when I first discovered these. I actually, as a kid, used to rent a movie from a video store and rented it a bunch of times. And in the preview, I don't remember what the movie was, but the preview to the before the movie, one of them was Army of Darkness. And I always wondered, I was like, what the hell this was. And then to find out, probably saw Evil Dead 1, 2, and Army of Darkness maybe when I was like 17, 18, finally found out what they were. And loved them. Still love them. They hold up great. Yeah. Bruce Campbell's is a genius, for the way he portrays this role. I mean, it all works. And yeah, it's scary, funny, gory, It's got some great kills and blood, gushing and all that great stuff. And so, I can't really say enough about the movie. It was incredibly enjoyable, and I'm gonna have to watch Army of Darkness now. Coming up.
That should be the next movie
soon. Yeah, because
Army of Darkness. Yeah, Army of Darkness is probably for me the best of the three.
Yeah, well, it's just it's so ridiculous and so great. And, I mean, it hits on all cylinders basically. Yeah.
Definitely. All
It's
right.
pretty fantastic.
So I'm going to give you the one positive soundbite I have. Sorry. All right. Let's see. Let's move on to. All right.
And now a word from Kim Him.
All right, Kim Him. Just remember.
Kim, stay focused, baby. This is key.
All right. You got 90 seconds. Go.
Okay. I don't think that like I'm gonna be able to add anything that hasn't been said already. This movie was great. It was an instant classic. Love the story, love the animation, love the actors. Um, Definitely, under. I don't know. Hard to add to, 100,000 people and the two previously before me. But yeah, it is a great movie. I loved it. I enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If you don't have anything else to say, that's fine. It's no problem, man. That's for Kim Him. All right, and then finally, who's last on the list here?
Danny, for Fanny, banana, for Fanny, Danny.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop Kim's thing because it was still going. All right, 90 seconds to talk about Evil Dead 2. I agree with you guys. It's not much that you have to say that hasn't already been said, but I do like to talk. And I like the sound of my own voice. So I do like to hear myself talking. No, seriously, it's a classic. It's easily one of the top 100s. I mean, if you want to look at horror movies, I mean, arguably, I would say, as far as 100 essential horror movies, I'd say Evil Dead 1 and 2 would be on that list. I don't think Army of Darkness would be on that list. So Evil Dead 1 and 2 definitely are essential watching, and just kind of, I think if you went out there and found like all the compilations of horror movies and people who thought these were their opinions of the best movies and things like that, even on websites like IMDb and things like that, I'm almost certain Evil Dead 1 and 2 would be on those lists. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I've seen this movie a million times. The Evil Dead thing, it's kind of come and gone for me. I've already ingested this over and over again back in the early 2000s. Like it's just, I kind of did this already. So it's not, it wasn't like a great thing to have to watch it again, but I did enjoy watching it again. I don't know. It's just, I'm looking. You can't really say anything bad about this movie. It's just, it's exactly what it's supposed to be, and it does it very well. And at the same time, it's very original. So we'll leave it at that. All right. Well, that was what we had to say. We'll be back after these messages with the breakdown.
Hey, dirtbag. You're listening to the Heavy Door Horror Podcast, so shut up!
Now for Letty with facts, figures, and trivia. In this segment, The Breakdown.
Y'all ready for this?
All right, everybody, we have Kim's pick, Evil Dead 2. Released March 13th, 1987. Movie is 85 minutes long. Directed by Sam Raimi. Written by Sam Raimi and Scott Spiegel. Produced by Robert Tappert with Renaissance Pictures. Distributed by Rosebud Releasing Corp. Now, I remember I mentioned earlier that I was going to, recant on this one. So Rosebud Releasing Corp was a pseudonym used by De Laurentiis Entertainment Group. They did this to avoid and to try to curb restrictions on unrated films, due to an anticipated X rating from the Motion Picture Association of America. Budget for this film in 1987, 3.5 million. Box office, they realized 5.9 million. In today's money, that would be a budget of 10.1 million and box office numbers of 17 million, excuse me. All right, so now that that's out of the way, let's get to the cast right quick. We have the movie starring Bruce Campbell as Ash Williams, Sarah Berry as Annie Noby. We have John Peaks as her father, Professor Nobi. We have it's weird. It doesn't show. I wasn't able to find who actually played Henrietta, like the non-demon form Henrietta. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Oh, no. Actually, it's weird. It's like it doesn't show the credit for the non-demon version of Henrietta, but let's keep it going here.
Oh, isn't it supposed to be Sam Raimi?
Well, no. So
or no, not Sam Raimi, his brother or something like that.
No, it shows Lou. It's like weird. The credits show Lou Hancock as Henrietta Nobi, but Ted Raimi played possessed Henrietta.
Oh, right. Okay, I got you. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess that's what's going on. Let's keep it going. We got okay. So I got through the Nobi family. We have Richard Domeyer as Ed Getley. We have Dan Hicks as Jake. You may remember Dan Hicks from a film that we watched in the recent past.
Eric, you still don't know? You don't know who Jake was?
Was he in Intruder?
Yes.
Was that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember which character. Was he that? Was he the Intruder?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He was.
Yep.
I can't get enough of this store, or whatever. I fucking love this store.
I fucking love this store.
Yeah, man. And then we have. Let's see. We have Denise Bixler. Can't forget her. She played Linda, and an actress by the name of Snowy Winters played the dancing demon Linda. Oh. And I will tie it up with William Preston Robertson. William Preston Robertson as the voice of the Evil Dead.
Yeah. It actually says on IMDb. It says he's the voice of the hand. That's pretty awesome, man. That's great, man. Anybody got any trivia? Eric, what do you got? There's mountains of trivia for this fucking movie.
Yeah. Well, I've got two that I'll just throw out there. So apparently, Stephen King loved the first Evil Dead so much that he lobbied and convinced producer Dino De Laurentiis, to give to fund the movie Evil Dead 2.
Wow.
Because it was struggling at the time to find any funding to do that. Mm-hmm. And then also apparently what Sam wanted to do, Sam Raimi, the director, was actually do Army of Darkness with Evil Dead 2, but he didn't have enough money. And so the studio told him to wait. And that's why he wanted to make Evil Dead 2 Army of Darkness and maybe not have the third movie. You know what I mean?
Is that why a lot of 2 is just a repeat of 1?
I mean, possibly, but they told him to.
I'll jump in. Oh, go ahead.
They told him basically he didn't have the budget to film a medieval, with all the animation in the third movie. It wasn't in the budget, so that's why he made this. And then and then Evil Dead, and then Army of Darkness came out, whenever in the 1990 or 89, whatever it was.
Sure. Okay. Huh. Kim Him, do you have anything for us?
Oh, no, that was pretty much all of it that I saw.
No, there's a lot more than that, goddamn. Eddie, you got anything else?
Oh God. Yeah, I got a few things. So jumping on what Eric was just mentioning about how they wanted to combine the films, so Evil Dead 2 was actually considered a requel. So they of the first film. So
right.
De Laurentiis Group didn't own the rights to the first film that was made by New Line Cinema.
Right.
So basically, they shot a recap with new actors.
Huh. Okay. So it's called a what now? What you said it was called a requel?
A requel.
Oh, that's cool. I've never heard that before. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense though.
Yeah. Huh. And then here's a fun one. The blood scene was actually filmed with Bruce Campbell laying on the ground.
Okay.
So they allowed gravity. So they allowed gravity to do the work.
Yeah.
And Campbell described it as something akin to waterboarding. They basically they set him up, and then they wanted to make sure that he was in position properly, and so they pulled the plug a little bit, and it literally like hit him square in the forehead. And Sam Raimi was like, "Cool, man, like it's gonna hit him." So they filmed the scene, and then when they pulled the plug, it all just came out, right? And of course, and then Campbell apparently was blowing out red snot for a week afterward.
They almost fucking killed him and shit.
That's fucking awesome.
They said it was kind of like they were afraid he was gonna drown, but then Campbell was actually just like, do it, it'll be all right. Just
fucking
do it,
savage, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking badass.
Yeah, I got a couple more real quick. Ted Raimi actually was suffering in the Henrietta costume. Apparently, it was so bulky and confining that Raimi needed to use a respirator in between takes. And there's actually in a scene, it shows like Henrietta's kind of like leaking fluid. That's actually Raimi's sweat that was building up in the suit.
Oh wow!
Oh damn! Jesus,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Imagine if you had an understudy that had to put on the suit after you or something. Oh God, that'd be terrible.
That's pretty awesome.
I got one last fun fact. So, the guy who played Ed Gately, Richard Domeyer, I kind of recognized him for a second, but I couldn't put a finger on it. And then I read this and I was like, oh shit, man. So apparently he's spent over 2 decades as an on-screen personality for QVC. And I was like, no shit, man. That guy was like selling freaking Captain Commando on freaking and different shit. Like, I grew up watching QVC with my grandma. So, I was like, damn, that guy looks, I was like, I couldn't put a finger on it. And I was like, oh yeah, no, that fucking makes total sense now. Yeah.
Dude, that's pretty nuts. QVC for me was like hangover TV. I was just like, you'd be so hungover that you couldn't even find the remote. Yeah, you'd be like, I don't know, dude. I ain't fucking with it, man.
Oh, I just looked up one. I found a good one.
What do you got?
In the basement there was a cameo of Freddy Krueger's gloves. As an inside joke, Freddy Krueger gloves from Nightmare on Elm Street can be seen hanging in the cabin cellar.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
yeah. That's the first 2 Nightmare movies would have been out by then.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I found something fun here. And I think I might make this my little part here, and we'll do just 3 of them every week, for this section of the pod. But I'm going to do some continuity. When Ash is thrown into the cellar, he breaks a few of the steps. Later, he goes in to retrieve the pages of the Necronomicon, and every step is intact. I love little shit like this. Let's see. When Annie's trying to pull Jake out of the cellar door, she is sprayed with blood, and her shirt and shorts are soaked in the front. And when she turns around, she's almost completely clean. Let's see. And then there's that scene where they chop Ed's head in half, and all the green blood sprays all over the room. Apparently, on the next scene, all the blood's gone. So yeah. Wow. Yeah, and then for no apparent reason, Annie's clothes change in the middle of the movie, which I did notice watching the film. I think it would have meant that she would have had to change in the car, like literally. Yeah. So, but yeah, these I just dug up. I'll find some that are a little more fun next time. But I'm gonna start adding this continuity stuff.
Yeah, a little continuity facts.
Yeah, just fun. Yeah, I mean, these movies are gonna be full of a lot of this stuff. So these types of movies. Yeah. All right, well, that was the breakdown. We'll be back after this with stats and the pick of the week.
Welcome back to the Heavy Door Horror Podcast.
All right, and we're back with the stats for 1987's Evil Dead 2. Let's go ahead and get right to it and start with the one and only.
Eddie, can you blow us bubbles so we can breathe underwater?
I can't help myself. All right,
the answer is no. The answer is no.
Fair enough.
No again? God, you haven't changed your answer.
All right, so let's get into this. In a word, Eddie, how would you describe 1987's Evil Dead 2?
I would call it brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
It's what more can I say? I mean, the movie speaks for itself. It's
Yeah, it's definitely awesome.
it's
Yeah,
great.
right on. Yeah, okay. How about your favorite scene?
My favorite scene, hope I'm not taking anything from anybody else, but it's when, there's a couple competing scenes in this movie, because I really enjoyed the movie. But I like when the demon at the end when the demon gets his head blasted, because he's flying right at Ash. Ash has been through all this shit. He gets up like I'm not taking shit anymore. I know what I'm doing, and fucking blasts the demon. The demon just bow and fucking goes and the carcass just falls on the ground, just thump, like
that at the end, right? The winged serpent thing?
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right, and what about your favorite character?
My favorite character was the deer head when it starts laughing at and the way he turns his head, he just turns his head right at Ash, and he's just starts fucking balking at him. It's like fucking hilarious.
It's just like the fish from House.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good. That's a great answer. Great answer. How about your letter rating and your skull rating?
I'm gonna say this is not a B movie. I know it has a cult following, but the production was, as I like to say, top tier. I mean, I'm gonna call it an A movie. I don't see how this could be a B movie.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give it my highest rating yet, 4.75 skulls. Because duh, a fucking great movie.
Damn. Again, the only positive thing I have here is all right. Because we're always using these.
Right.
So
No, actually,
I need to find some better ones for the positive results. Yeah. Okay.
We have a movie this week.
We haven't had that many. So.
No. So we'll put this down as a 4.75. Tell me something. What do you guys think about just changing the letter rating from now on, just A, B, C, D, F, and we won't do the B or not to be.
Yeah.
And you can and you know what? I'm even willing to say you can use pluses and minuses.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's do
Cool rating. Everybody knows about it.
Yeah, let's do it change our grading system. That works for me.
I mean, because B or not to be it's just too cut and dry, Yeah. All right. Well, okay. And then real quick, your backpack item. Would you have a backpack item for the film?
Yes. I want that deer head in my house.
You want the deer head? Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
So he could look at me and just be like, "Bah, ha, 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 ha." I'm like, hey, if he's just laughing, that's fine.
He's fun at parties.
Fucking laughing, just laughing deer head, laughing demon deer head. I mean, shit, dude, hey, man.
All right. And then we have a couple of, these are no obligation here. Did you see anybody who did not know they were in a movie? Couldn't act.
Not really. Nah.
Yeah. I think everybody did a solid job in this.
Everybody was, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Would Louis like
Everybody
this movie?
knew what they were doing.
Would Louis
Yeah,
like
I
this
think Louis
movie?
would like.
Damn straight he would.
I think Louis would like this movie for sure.
It's about time we get one of those. And
yeah.
And I'm now realizing that my new category, favorite outfit, is stupid, especially for this movie.
Favorite outfit.
How dare you? I'll just put you down for an X. All right.
My favorite outfit was
go ahead.
Demon Annie.
Okay. All right, Demon Annie it is. All right, let's get into it.
Thank you, Eddie.
All right, let's move it on up here.
This is Eric.
All right, Eric. Let's see. In a word, how would you? Oh, first of all, just want to say.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
All right. Now, in a word, how would you describe 1987's Evil Dead 2?
Fantastic. It was a great movie. It was fantastic. It's it's not just a great horror movie. It's a great movie. Period.
Yeah, fucking blast.
Across all genres.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking loved it. Loved it.
We can actually call this a film.
Yeah.
That was good. It's hard
I don't think we've said that very many times on this podcast.
No, quite the opposite. Yeah, okay, so how about your favorite scene?
Every scene with Ash. So the whole fucking movie. Every scene with Bruce Campbell.
Fair enough, man. Let's see. And then how about your favorite character?
I just did that, didn't I?
No.
Oh no. So my favorite character was Ash and Flash, his hand running around.
Oh, favorite scene. Yeah, I got you.
But favorite character was Ash, and then his severed hand running around like Thing.
Gotcha. All right, and then what would be your new adjusted letter rating and your skull rating?
It's an A+, and I give it 5. I give it 5 skulls.
Damn, A+. Hold on, let me make sure.
5 skulls.
Right. 5 skulls. Man, you're giving this as the full Monty, huh? Wow. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then how about backpack item?
I'll take the chainsaw.
Yes, sir. I don't know if it's going to fit in your backpack. Okay.
You can get a chainsaw in the backpack.
Just break down the bar.
The saw part might be sticking out the top, but you have the handle down in the backpack.
I bought this small little chainsaw. It's like 4 inches.
Yeah.
And it's like crazy. You can fit that in any backpack.
And it's a real chainsaw?
It's a real chainsaw. It's battery operated. It's not gas powered. So
trying to take it through the airport or something, huh, Kim?
Yeah. Good Lord, that's scary.
It is scary. It was like $20.
How many good cuts can you get with that? How many good cuts can you get with that before you got to swap a chain or?
Oh, I don't know. I don't do that much cutting, but for $20, I was like,
settle down with the chainsaw talk. Jesus Christ, you guys. Okay, this is
welcome back to Chainsaw Talk with Eric and Cam and Eddie.
This is the Heavy Door Chainsaw Podcast. Was there anybody in this film that did not know they were in a movie?
Yeah, blonde guy. The blonde guy did.
Yeah, Ed was pretty bad. He was pretty bad.
Yeah. But I'm just picking on him though. He was fine.
Yeah, no, he was kind of bad. And then would Louis like this movie?
I believe I've watched this with Louis, and so I can say for facts that he does like this movie.
Yeah. I don't know if I've watched this with Louis, but we've talked about it.
I'm pretty sure I did.
And then again, no obligations here. And you have a favorite outfit?
Let's go with Henrietta. Her ghoulish figure down in the basement.
I like
Possessed. Henrietta.
Yeah. I like it. All right, let's move it on down the line here.
Now, Kim Him, what do you have to say for yourself?
All right.
And now a word from Kim Him.
Kim, stay focused, baby.
All right, you get the whole fucking thing, man. Let's see. In a word, how would you describe 1987's Evil Dead 2?
Yeah, I want to say instant classic, but I don't know if I can use 2 words. So classic.
It's definitely classic.
Classic.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, that's a good word for it. And then how about your favorite scene?
My favorite scene was when he chainsawed that girl in half.
The head in the vice. Yeah.
Yeah.
He like he chainsawed her in half.
When it,
it was like bloody and gory all over the place. It was amazing. Yeah.
So the vice grip chainsaw. All right.
Demon Linda.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Demon Linda.
Oh no, Demon Annie. Excuse me.
Demon Annie. Right. Yeah. And then, how about your favorite character?
My favorite character?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Ash.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard not to pick Ash.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for your letter rating and your skull rating.
Oh yeah, A+, 5 skulls.
Jesus, you guys are generous.
Damn.
Just like Eric.
5 skulls even, huh?
Yeah.
Gee whiz.
That's great. I mean, it's just an instant classic.
They don't get much better than this. I mean, as far as what we're doing.
Well, okay. Well, we got to be careful how we start using that judgment. That's rough. All right. And then what about your backpack item? You got anything clever in mind?
I want to say the chainsaw or the shotgun. That whole combo was just
either or. Go with your shotgun, chainsaw. What do you want to do?
Yeah, shotgun.
Shotgun.
The boomstick.
The boom. Yeah, you know what? I'm taking this back. I'm gonna put you down for boomstick.
Boomstick.
All right.
Boomstick.
And then how about was anybody in the film that couldn't act? Did not know they were in a movie? Again, no
No,
obligations.
I think they were all good.
Everybody did their job pretty fairly. Yeah. Okay. And then would Louis like this movie?
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, he would indeed. I do agree. And then just again, no obligations here. Did you see an outfit that was appealing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why everybody's skipping this over, but the whole chainsaw shotgun combination.
Just like Ash's whole look. Yeah, Ash's whole outfit. Yeah.
That's a crazy, Halloween costume right there.
I'm gonna put you down as with Ash's fit. You get Ash's fit. Right on.
Yeah.
Man. All right. Let's see. How about who's next? Danny, what did you think about 1987's Evil Dead 2?
Danny, for Fanny, banana, for Fanny, Danny.
Let's see. In a word, I mean, I want to say fucking A, but you can't, right?
Yeah, why not?
Because that's not.
This isn't a PG-13 podcast.
No, I don't mean that. It's not one word, right? Fucking.
Yeah, well, you can write it as one.
You know what? I'm gonna just fucking A. There you go.
Fucking A.
No, it doesn't look. It looks like fucking It looks fucking ass kicking.
There you go.
Yeah, it was just a blast, man. This movie did not fucking stop. It started and it just went for 87 minutes or whatever it was. It did not stop, man.
Yeah, all gas.
Yeah, it's all gas. Favorite scene? I mean, there was a lot of, I think the one that got an outward reaction out of me, like very naturally, was the eyeball. Honestly, I laughed. I burst out laughing at work. I was sitting at my desk and just started cracking up. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So my favorite character is the Evil Dead. I mean, that's kind of what moves the movie. It's like ever present, pretty much in these movies. You know what I mean? Well, at least in the first two. Once they release it, it's just kind of always at play. And I like that part about it. For my letter rating, now guys, here's where everybody needs to settle the fuck down. Okay, I'm gonna give this a B+. I'm gonna give it a
lame. You're fucking lame, man.
I'm gonna give it a B+. I'm gonna give it a B+. I mean, because in the grand scheme of things, if you look at if you look at the movies we watch, then sure, then you could say this is a stellar film. Now, if you look at it again, it's like I was saying earlier about in the realm of like top 100 movies of all time, this, that, and the other thing, like as the collective viewership of the world would say, I think this is more of a B+ than an A+. And as far as the rating goes, your skull rating goes, I'm going to give you 4.25. 4.25.
Okay. All right. Fucking hater.
Hater. This isn't yeah, since when is
I'm gonna see you in the parking lot after work.
Yeah, after school. We'll see about your GPA. Your 4.25 GPA, motherfucker. So my backpack item. Yeah, I thought the boomstick too, for sure, man. That was always, for me, that was like the chainsaw is cool as far as like the Ash gimmicky stuff. The chainsaw is cool because, it replaces old hand and all that, but the boomstick is just a blast. I mean, and the whole thing with him holding it up over his head and everything, like Planet of the Apes.
It's a blast. Literally.
Like no pun intended. And then real quick, let's see. Anyone that did that? I thought everyone in this movie did a damn good job. I mean, there's only so many characters. There's only so much movie, and there's only so much dialogue. I thought everybody did a solid job. It's really well done. And Louis would definitely like this film. And then as far as outfit goes, I would go with the same thing as Kim. Ash's outfit. I mean, it's just a rockin' look, man. It's fucking A. That look is fucking A. Not fucking fucking A.
Fucking A.
Fucking A. But all right, well, those were the stats. Now it's time for the individual whose pick it is to pick their movie, and that individual is Eddie Deeds. Eddie Van Halen, what's the film of the week?
Yes, sir. All right. Well, I thought long and hard about this one.
That's what she said.
I had my had my choice between
get that on the soundboard.
Yeah, you should get
Two.
into something.
I always try to bring myself to two movies and then pick one of the two. And so this week's movie, it stars Lance Henriksen. I really like his acting. I have chosen 1988's Pumpkinhead.
Nice.
Ooh.
Pumpkinhead is great. I think.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah. Hey, let's take a quick look at Pumpkinhead.
Now it begins. Deep in the Appalachian Mountains, they say that an act of evil shall never go unpunished. There they tell of a creature who shall come from nowhere, born from the blood of the innocent, to hunt the guilty, and they call it Pumpkinhead. They are strangers here, and what began as harmless fun ended in tragedy. Anger.
It was an accident.
And revenge.
It's what you wanted.
You gonna stop?
He's gotta run his course.
Now the spell has been cast. The terror is loose. The horror is here. Pumpkinhead.
All right, and that was a trailer for Pumpkinhead. So next week's movie is Pumpkinhead. So before we say goodbye here from the Heavy Door Horror Podcast, let's go ahead and go around the room and let everybody say goodnight. Eddie Deeds, what do you got to say to the people before we go?
All right. Well, thanks for joining us for this great film. That's been my word for this tonight's podcast. Great. Thanks for joining us. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. We appreciate the feedback, positive and or negative. Bring it on. Hope everybody has a good night. Keep watching these horror films. Keep joining us, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
All right, and let's move it on over to Eric. Eric, what do you got to say to the people?
I want to say thank you for joining us, and everybody stay scary.
Nice. All right, and Kim Him, you have anything to say to the people before we go?
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. See you guys next week.
All right, that was the Heavy Door Horror Podcast. My name is Heavy Door Dan, and as always, I screwed it up again, Eric.
What an asshole! You got one goddamn job at the end of the show. Yeah.
Those were Lori Laughlin's tits. But as we like to say around here, always
assume the call is coming from inside the house.
Good night.
Thank you and good night.
We're leaving all that in.
The Heavy Door Horror Podcast.
Everything is garbage.
Don't act like you're not impressed.